Hello. Great. That was 27 wasted minutes. So I don't even know if anyone heard that or not. Basically, I've been muted this whole time, but I've been going through the steps. I'm gonna go back over it here from ground one, so it's all good. I'm sorry about that. Try to get my visual back going. But yeah, I'm new to all of this stuff, so it's a work in progress. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come watch me build some Mac VMs. But the basic gist of this all is that I had a key that was graciously given to me by Robert Scoble. He is a definite follow for AI. He's up there, so it kind of made me like happy. I was like, yeah, I got a key from Robert Scoble, and then I realized I had to install it on a Mac. I don't have one. And I was like, well, I could spin one up probably. That took a while to figure out, and by the time I got to the key, it was already used. So I wrote him back, apologizing basically, but it's all good. And so I ended up getting another key, so it's all good. But basically, hopefully, he didn't think I squandered it. So here we go. Basically, we're gonna have the video here. This video is going to be at this location. And if you watch this video, it is great, perfect, I would say, close to perfect as you can get. For TechWise, like and subscribe to them. I don't have any affiliation whatsoever, so hopefully I don't get in trouble for making a video about their tutorial here. So we're going to want to download VirtualBox. That's going to be virtualbox.org. You're going to want to get to this video because it will you could search install macOS, Windows 10 and 11 in YouTube. It's going to have the command file list plus the download folder. You're going to want to also go to the downloads, and you're going to want to go over to the ISO images. You're going to want to download Big Sur because it's the only one that is above 11 if you're using a program that needs over 11. Follow you needed over 11, so I could not use Catalina. I had to use this, and this one's old as well, I believe. So pretty old as well, I think. Yeah, it's going to be rough to kind of use some of this, but you can get newer ISOs and experiment with that. Mainly this show how to install. So once you grab that, that's going to take a little bit of time. This is the commands that you're going to run. You're going to go into your command line, and I'll try to do this step by step so that you know. But all these commands do is this one turns off your Hyper-V, which is a way of virtualizing on your computer. But I'm not sure why it turns off exactly, but I'm sure there's a good reason. It probably has something to do with Mac. This one right here, it will increase the size, but you're going to want to take your Intel processor. You're going to want to copy this information over into a notepad. You're going to want to highlight the region that has the fill-in name. You're going to name that your server. And when I show you, that's going to be the next part, but you'll go into server, and then you'll go to here. You'll go to new. You'll name it test server. You'll pick the ISO that you want. This you will you could choose macOS because that's what it is. Hardware, you're going to want to give it a decent amount of your RAM, about half or a little less. I would give it enough, just saying, is better to make it as fast. So I give it 8 out of 32, and then 2 CPUs, and then make sure that the hard disk is set to over 25. So I have it at 50 for this other one, and then once you have it at the correct size, you're going to hit finish. That will create your demo server. Your demo server is then going to go into settings. You're going to, I'm going to move this. All right, so you're going to go into the settings and you're going to check the box. So you're going to go to general and you're going to uncheck enable EFI. I can't do it at the moment. I'll show you when I can, but you enable EFI and then you deselect. There's a here. You deselect this and then enable EFI. Then you're going to want to go down to your network. You're going to bridge adapters. And use one of your cards. I have an Ethernet, so I'm using that. That's going to get your network. And then USB. If you have a USB 3 device, you might mouse or something like that. You might want to select a USB 3. And then what you'll be doing is starting it. Oh no. After that, you'll run the commands. So the commands are gonna you're gonna go to a command prompt. You're gonna right click on the command prompt. You're gonna launch as administrator. So that is right click. And then if you right click on the command, you can do the run as administrator. That's going to bring up this. You're going to run the commands that are in this file here, which is disable. You've disabled the VM, but you're going to set the VM's IDs for the Apple VM. So you're going to get this. I believe probably these three are all that's needed. I don't know about any of this because this is just like, this is the key, I guess. But this is, this is not for redistribution. This is for testing and doing things like that. So I'm going to I don't know where the lines are in that, so if I'm in the wrong, please feel free to GM me and be like, hey, idiot, you can't do that. But yeah, what I'm thinking is, let me get this visualizer going. Hello, 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 hello. All right. What I'm thinking is um, that I will all right, so I will go here and then I will get back to my demo PC here. And then you're going to get the instructions for how to install. So you're going to go English. Some of the or the install process does take it took me about 2-ish hours to get it really working. It's about 20 minutes. You can get it down, but the first one usually goes a bit of a challenge. This is the part that you're going to have a little knowledge on. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be allocating space for this virtual machine, and we're going to go to disks utility. We're going to go to continue. Thanks for anybody that is watching this. I'm sorry for the beginning. I think I was on mute the whole time, so I'll go over everything. But you're going to want to go to your disk that you have, and then you're going to erase that. You're going to name it demo disk or whatever you would like to name it. Change this to APFS, erase. Okay, after that is complete, gonna go here and you can install the Mac OS. Agree to the terms. Use your disk. And when this is done, you should have a working version of the product. So that part you can go through the steps. I probably won't waste your time in watching through, but we'll see. 5 minutes, we'll see. We'll see how long this goes, but you will try to fix my other one while I wait here. This is the uh, other one that I built, and basically for me to do some testing of the fellow you um, AI. So this is going to be fun. But I have to get it working to a decent speed. I don't know what is causing the problem. Um, okay. And you'll have a working map, but I have to try to get this one troubleshoot why it's so slow. It is working exceptionally slow for me. Um, want to see if I can get the sound working. For errors, if you've gotten past the part where you're doing the disk, then you're probably a good way through. But I'll go over the steps again. So you're going to want to watch this video, install macOS Windows 10, 11 using VirtualBox. Better than I can do it. It's a great step-by-step, but and that's essentially the video. But I figured I'd show you the troubleshooting or the things that I ran into. The gear, um, it's going to be the command list right here. That's disable the hyper. You have the VM from the second link. Go to here, and then you will get, if you need something, make sure whatever you're trying to do, if you need above 11, you want to do the larger one here. I am doing Catalina just because it should be quicker. And we'll see. About 6 minutes remaining. But that's the overall, scope of it is we go to get a VirtualBox. You got to edit some extra settings for the virtual machine, and then you can launch the virtual machine. So I'm going to actually power down. Hopefully my fellow you stays live, because I worked pretty good. Okay. you probably never going to be good at the streaming part, so I apologize for all the background noise. But it's something that I was like, if I can get at least somebody that might need, to get a Mac installed for whatever reason, then this could help you. Um, so we're going to go over the steps here again in a minute. But basically, once you've gotten all of the things, you're going to want to create the server. That's going to be here. You're going to go to new. You're going to name the server, wherever, and then you'll pick your installation file. Where we did. I did Catalina, but you Big Sur, if you need 11 or higher, that is recommended. It's a Mac OS. You need hardware. You're going to set that to what you about a little less than a little. I would say half or a little less than half, just so you don't bog down your computer. You can find that all in your task manager, which if you right click on your Windows taskbar, you can get to task manager, which CPU, things like that. So that will give you a gist of the performance. If you go into performance, you could see mine is getting eaten alive. Um, but it's got 32 gigs of memory, and it has 6 cores. So I could do something like 3 CPUs and 8 gigs, and that would be fine. But I did 2, and then you're going to want to make this above 25. That's the other issue I ran into. So you want to make it 2. I set one of them to 80, and that's what I'm going to leave it at. So you need to have, I would recommend about 80 gigs of space free. It is an operating system, so it's going to take up the space. System preferences. I want to see if I can update this. That might be my problem. About 3 minutes left of this, and we'll see where this ends up. So the main settings in here I want to change once I can, I guess, power one of these show you. But we got the server. You're going to want to set your server settings or what just preset, but you're going to want to disable enable EFI. Then you're going to uncheck floppy disk, and then you're going to re-enable it. You're going to go to networking, adapters. You're going to you can go to your wireless. I just did it through my Ethernet. And then if you have a USB 3 mouse, you want to go to USB, and that's all I've really had to change in here. And then after that, you can launch, and it should bring you to the space utility. At some point, you should get the space utility. I don't know if I want to upgrade this or can upgrade it. I want to basically, yeah, just the newest of whatever I'm doing. Now it's deciding to, I guess, do some updates or something. But yes, follow the YouTube video. That is going to be very good. And yep, you can. Right now, it's doing some updates at the Catalina. Oh, still stuck there. Just let it go. And the Macs sometimes take a minute for them to initialize everything. I guess what the Macs are doing. I'm in the computer field, but I do know, the extent of what I know. and Mac is really not my forte to do this. Um, so yep, we got this going. Let's see what else I can show while I have it. Got this updating, so that's kind of a, but this utility is great. I've used it. You can build Linux machines. If you've ever heard of people using Linux virtual machines, you can spin up some like Red Hat servers, um, some different things to experiment with. This is all stuff not for redistribution, as said. I don't know that it's the limitations on what that is. I feel like this video is just instructional, but it is to create a virtual Mac. That's what that's going through. Hopefully this goes well. That's not a good sign, but we shall see. This is all the patch that's running for my other one. And this one should come up, hopefully, with our instructions to set it up. I will be ending the video shortly after it is successful. I'll go maybe one more time just for good measure to edit the video after. Hope it was informative and appreciate anyone that has come to even check it out for any reason. Yes, thank you. Taking a little bit of time there. Probably said that a dozen times. I guess I can go over one more time here. But I will let it through its steps here. It might be a drag for a minute while I do that. So the steps would be to get Oracle Virtual, download that. You're going to want to go to that is in this description, and then we're going to go to command file. You're going to want to run the commands to disable. You can run the command once you have the server name. So you're going to need, for the next part, you're going to need to build the server. So that you go back into your VirtualBox. You'll have to restart the computer after you disable the hypervisor. You'll go back in. You'll go into new, name your server, pick your ISO, which you downloaded from this link. and then 11 run. Set the amount of memory, CPUs, hard disk space above 25. So don't make it 25. I would make it like 40 or more. But yeah. So that is going to be take and then finish. And then in settings, which if any of these come back, I might just restart them to show you the settings. They're taking a while, and this took a thanks for joining. This all stemmed from trying to get follow fellow you AI installed on the computer, and it needs a Mac. So I have gone to great limits to get a Mac on my computer. So that is all done here. Go to VirtualBox. You'll be able to build this, but the main video is in the description below. That you will have more more clear and straightforward instructions than this video. I will edit that part out of the video, I'm sure. But thank you for joining me. And we're going to, so once we have gone through, let's go right steps 1 through whatever it is to get it from nothing to a Mac. So we go nothing. We have this one in the background just doing its thing. Yeah. So we're going to go to VirtualBox. Well, first go to the video, watch the video, and it will show you everything. There's a command file here. There's the way to get ISOs. So in whatever order here, download VirtualBox and install it. Go to the ISO location and basically install a version of, or get a version of the ISO file. We're going to have a command that is going to be used in the know what they're doing with computers and really understand that they could turn this back on like it's just for temporarily installing it. You know, you don't want to do too much mess on your computer and then blame Joe Pro AI for messing everything up. So this should, if you follow the instructions to a T, it should just be infecting everything into this folder and setting the virtual chipset extra or data markers to the you're going to change Notepad to your server name, and then you're going to run that in the command prompt, and that will set up some extra settings so that your VM will run when you get your VM. So you'll have it here. You're going to want to go to settings. You're going to want to go to the motherboard. You're going to want to disable EFI, disable floppy, enable EFI. For your display, I went enabled 3D acceleration. This is really going to be up to monitors and video cards and things like that. So you can work with that if you're having some video issues. So it looks like the network is going to be bridged adapters, and then Ethernet controllers, USB. It's going to be if you need a USB 3.0. That's going to be right there. So then after that, you could start it up, and it's going to do some of these things here. So yeah, I basically was able to get a server. I was able to get a code for the fellow AI. I didn't squander, but I feel like I misused one from Robert Scoble. I said that a couple times on this stream, but he's a great follow. So appreciate him giving me that. And this evolved into me building a Mac. So I appreciate his effort there. And unfortunately, when I got to it, it was not available, but I was able to get another one. So we appreciate him, but I ended up failing on that delivery of, I guess, having a Mac. So I have a Mac now, and it's gonna be loading up. But those are the steps. If you have any questions, you can always DM me. Um, I'll continue this for another couple minutes just to see if this buzzes through. Should have just been an update on one of them. And I'm not going to mess with this because it does go through. Um, the one troubleshooting step if things are getting stuck or if they're relaunching to restart the computer. That should help, especially after you disable the hypervisor, you need to restart. So you'll have to restart the computer. It's almost a shame if one of them doesn't come back up because it is, they do work. And I was able to get the software installed on one of them. So I just got to play around with getting it updated. And yeah, it's one way to, I guess, get a Mac onto a Windows computer. Um, yep, I'm gonna let it hang for a minute here. Hopefully that didn't restart on itself. Sometimes it will reboot, reboot, reboot. I found that that floppy disk was the reason for one of those that it was doing. Hopefully this isn't just rebooting over and over again. I will fix my sound situation. Those are unfortunate. Hopefully it is not um, too interrupting. So this should come back here soon. It is best to let the installs run. You don't want to interrupt it here. If it's like an hour or something without any change, then something's gone wrong. But if I've had it come back after like about 20 minutes of doing some things, so it needs to um, sometimes install a bunch of different stuff. Uh, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the updates go through, and we'll find out if it, it does what it's supposed to. But it was working. I got three different working versions of it and was happy with the results. So the process I know does work if it's done um, to the specifications of the video. Um, yeah, Yeah, my videos, my sound situation's not so great. All right, we're gonna give this a minute. Sorry. Let's take a step and let this go through. If it doesn't, I'll call it. These should work. I've gotten it to work, so I'm confident that this is just used with demoing, launching two Macs at the same time. It is a working process. I've gotten it to work, or I guess, call me out that it doesn't work if it doesn't work for you, but I'll be able to hopefully help you if you need it. Now that, you um, request it, just anybody needs anything, just let me know in the DMs. I'm going to put this down for a minute, just see if this goes through, and then we'll go from there. Something happened here. Okay, we're gonna let this load up, hopefully, and then I'm gonna call the stream. I have to get my son up here shortly, and I've kind of went over it, like get the install. So just rewatch the video and watch that main video, and you'll have figure out that, and then you have a Mac here. It's not going to be super Mac from a real Mac. It is a virtual, but if you set enough the settings correct, you should be good. I didn't set that background, by the way. Anyone thinking I'm this guy's full of himself? I just ignored icon there. Um, kind of a good one, but it'll load here. I'll have it at 2:45 regardless because I got to get some things done. But it should get your systems working. I think this Catalina one, it's going through. It's got 16 minutes left, so it's the same thing. It's just now I'm got two Mac versions on my computer. So back to the other one. This one should load in quicker. But I had it working pretty well until I messed around with some settings, um, so you can get what you're needing done. So we'll give it till 45, and then I'll call it. See if we can do a quick 2-minute go over of what it is. But the video you see on the bottom is the video that I went off of. Um, on that video, uh, there is links. I've gone over a few times. Command links. You'll get the VirtualBox download. You'll need to install that here, and then you'll go through and you will command sets that you put on the download for that. Basically, what this does is it will set the VM so that it has the extra details that it needs to work. Um, it's working at pace at the moment, but it does go through. So we will go. This one's driving me nuts, but I'm gonna let this run it actually a little bit, and then I'll come down and we'll see if it goes through at some point. But we have the video down there. You can watch that video. It's going to be quicker than my explanation. I just wanted to go through some steps that I found. Main ones that I found were in the settings here. When you get to that step, the uh, what you have to do is you have to go in and disable the EFI and then disable the floppy. And then for network, you do have to bridge the adapter Ethernet. And then I went to Ethernet, but we can basically you can use your wireless there as well, and then USB 3 if you need it. This is loading, but I will leave it at that. I would like a clean screen to come up because it'll show it's actually worked, but it's still a few settings will help this. Um, but yeah, you'll have a Mac when done. Thanks for watching. I go by Joe Pro AI. I like to go over AI topics. I like to, this is all happened from trying to install an AI, but needed a Mac. So I got the Mac up and running, and showing that process would help somebody maybe. And if it helps you, good. If you have feedback, please always feel free to reach out to me. Yeah, this is kind of my what I like to do. I like to kind of tinker with getting stuff to work, and I have some background in AI and computer science, things like that. So that is like the content that I put out, and I'm working at becoming better at video streaming and really just kind of the whole social media network. I kind of stink at all that stuff, but it's kind of fun to me. So we'll leave it at that. But yep, you should have a Mac that you can then use the programs that you need. I needed it for Fellow You, which I'll play with later. All right. Thank you for watching the stream and have a good rest of your day.